Anyways, so today I'm going to be reviewing 1,000 Nights by E.K. Johnson. Ooh, look at this book. Look, it's even pretty naked. Beautiful. So today I'm doing a review. Oh my gosh, Sasha's doing a review? I know, I rarely do reviews and I'm trying to get better at that, guys. See, this is me getting better at it. And the review I'm doing today is on this beautiful book and I'm so excited to share my opinions on it. And do not worry, this is a spoiler-free review. So you will not be spoiled because I do not want to spoil you on this because it's so good. And I really want you guys to read it. So feel free to stay throughout the duration of this video, which you should. Please stay. Stay and enjoy this book with me. Now I'm getting all British. No, Sasha, stop it. Stop. So if you do not know, 1001 Nights is a retelling of the Arabian Nights, which is my favorite classic story. This was written way long ago, and I fell in love with it when I had to read for school. I know, you fell in love with a school book? I know, it rarely happens. But it happened and I'm glad it did. Also, I would like to say thank you to the publisher of this book, which is Hyperion. Thank you so much for sending it to me and thank you for working on this video with me because I am so happy that this book is in my hands and that I read it and that it was just so good. Guys, I'm so grateful that it was good because I was really worried it wouldn't because I've gotten lots of mixed reviews on it from very credible sources. So I was very nervous going into it. And let me tell you, my nerves went away the first page because I was blown away. I was like, oh my God, what is happening? Because it's not what I expected whatsoever. Anyways, let me tell you what this book's about. This book is the retelling of the Arabian Nights, so I think I might as well just tell you what the Arabian Nights is about because it's exactly what this is. But this one has a little twist, but you have to read it to see the little twist because it's like, whoa, twist, plot twist. So in Arabian Nights and 1,000 Nights, the king in the book is killing all of his wives. He gets a wife, he marries her, then he kills her. And it's this reoccurring cycle over and over again. And in this book, he is up to his 300th wife. Yeah, he has an issue with keeping wives. You know, there's a thing called divorce. But actually, there's a reason that he kills his wives, and in each retelling, it's always different, which I like. I'm glad it's not the same reason he killed his wife in like the other retelling of this book, which I read, which is The Wrath of the Dawn, because that would be kind of anticlimactic. And let me tell you, this book was not disappointing. Like, oh my gosh. So going back to the summary, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm sick right now. That's why my voice sounds like there's a dead frog in it. But anyways, it's a sickness that keeps on throwing me off track. So in this book, the main character, she is set to marry the king. And that means she is going to die. And she does not get a choice in this, but she kind of did get a choice in this because her sister was originally going to be the one probably who would be chosen by the king to marry and then kill. But she takes her sister's place, and so she knows what she's in for. She knows she's probably going to die. She tells him a story. Yes, guys, a story, a bedtime story. But she weaves these stories in a way that prevents him from killing her because he is so intrigued by these stories and how she tells them and just about her as a whole because she has power not just mentally but physically, and I'm not going to spoil any more of that for you because that's not really a spoiler, but you will see there's some magical aspects to this book and they're so well done and crafted and it's like, what? Oh, so cool. So the main character in this book, a fun fact about it is that you never know her name. She's called multiple different names like Queen, Lady Bless, blah 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 blah, forgetting the rest of the names she's called, but she is never given an actual name. Like, my name is Sasha, your name is your name. But I really like that aspect of it because the only person in this novel that really had an actual name is the king. His name is Waukegan, I think, probably pronouncing it wrong. Dang it, Sasha, why can't you pronounce words right? And I like the idea that he is the only person in this novel that has an actual name because he is a very prominent figure in this novel. So there are dual points of views in this book, but actually the dual point of view is really well done because it's majorly the main character's point of view, but now and then, like every 3 or 4 chapters or so, you get the king's point of view, and his is very, what's the right word? Psychopathic, that one. Yeah, that could be used to describe his POV. Unique, different, crazy, and also very intriguing. Because this is not a spoiler because you find out the 2nd chapter, 3rd chapter of the book, but the king, he has a demon inside him. And the demon is not good at all. He has no good bone in his body, even though he doesn't really have the body. The demon doesn't have a body, but he took over the king's body. The king, he was out on a hunt one day and the demon took over his body and he pushed the king's being into like a corner of his brain and he's just sitting there like watching everything happen but not being able to do anything about it. That reminds me of The Host. But I loved that aspect of the story because that is something I never thought would be a plot point in a novel like this. I don't know, I was just not expecting it, and once it happened, I'm like, that is such a good idea. Good job, E.K. Johnson. Good job. But also another aspect of this book that I loved was how poetically and beautifully written it was. It was slow paced at certain points of the book, but that was okay. It wasn't like that dreaded slow middle of a book that you're like, oh, why are you being so slow? It was more like the story was weaving itself in front of your very eyes, and it takes time to do that. So it was okay, and it was so well done that I was entertained. It's also not a very long book, so it's like 300 pages, so it's not like those points were very long anyways. They were like 1 or 2 pages, and they weren't even bad. Why? Stop. I also love the main character as a whole. She was a very strong character, not just physically or mentally, just how she carried herself was really strong. Like, yes, she may be kind of having inner turmoil, like, what should I do? Why am I still alive? Why is he keeping me alive? But she also has a rational bone in her body, which makes me very happy because a lot of young adult characters don't know how to think situations through and just act on impulse. But she didn't, and that's what I really liked about her. Thank you, E.K. Johnson, for creating a character that does not act just on impulse. It makes her a better developed character, I'm just saying. But sometimes impulse acting is quite interesting, especially the repercussions of it. Why am I thinking about Clary Frey right now? All in all, this was a beautiful story. I loved it so much. A 5 out of 5 stars. I believe that it's a standalone book. I don't think that there's any more books to this series. But if you want to read a really good book that is like this, which is the same retelling of The Arabian Nights, read The Wrath of Dawn. It is a series and it is fantastic. I have a review up because I reviewed it because it was so good. So go check it out. So that is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Tell me if you read this book down below. It just came out on October 6th, I believe, so still a fairly new book. Yay, new books! Woo! I love getting new books. That's why I'm a bookaholic and I have way too many books on my bookshelf already. Guys, I've been here a month and there's already 100 books on here. I mean, I've been given a lot of those books, like probably good 80%, but still, I think a bookshelf tour is in order for very soon. But anyways, so just to conclude this video, I love this book. I highly recommend it to you guys. And plus, I also recommend that you go read The Arabian Nights. Don't be scared that it's very big. Just read a few of the stories, read just a few pages. Just get the vibe of it, because that's what I loved most about The Arabian Nights. It was just so good. But anyways, I'll be linking this book and this book down below, and The Wrath of the Dawn if you would like to read that as well. So go check out the links down below and see what they're all about. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!